We're talking about artificial intelligence, which is not something for the future, because the future is now. The future is here. And artificial intelligence is obviously going to be used by the Antichrist. We'll talk more about that as we continue to move into the program. This is part one of a two-part series. Eric Barger is my co-host for the two programs, and discussing it heavily with Pastor Billy Crone because I saw one of his presentations when he gave it at Pastor J.D. Farag's church in November. Happened to watch this online presentation of artificial intelligence. I was captivated by it. I apologize, I don't have video here. Radio is insufficient in that respect, but we're trying to paint the picture with words. Pastor Billy Crone, let's head on into, just for the sake of time, the mindset today is to have humans involved as little as possible and just put artificial intelligence on it and let things run themselves. Could industry do this and do away, for instance, with employees? I think they could.
Oh, absolutely. And again, that's the secular business people, economists, businessmen and women all around the world. They're saying that this is what's coming. Now, the way it's being pitched to people to pacify their fears is it's going to create the most self-absorbed, self-convenient society, that basically these AI machines will create a modern utopia. Again, AI is being pitched as the modern-day savior. It's going to lead to a man-made, paradise, if you will. But it's already coming, and it's already happening. And most people just don't have any idea how far it's progressed. Eric, you had mentioned earlier that there's tons of different AI projects. They're all over the place. It's not just one entity. We're talking major corporations around the world are not just working on, they've already developed AI. Militaries around the world are developing and working on AI. Multitude of projects. And they're literally creating, if you will, a net around the globe that is going to control and dictate just about everything you could think of on the planet, whether it be from manufacturing, whether it be from monitoring, whether it be from tracking, whether it be the economy, course information, whether it controls militaries, military equipment, whether it controls the transportation, the private sector, the delivery of goods, the shopping, the buying and selling, and now you're getting into kind of a mark of the beast scenario. All this stuff is being built around us and being sold as convenience, but could it in fact be some of the warnings that the Bible warned us about 2,000 years ago?
Yes.
Talking about the rise of the Antichrist kingdom and the mark of the beast.
And that's where we're headed, folks. We're gonna really zero in on that, and that's why we're doing two programs here instead of one. And Eric, you have shared before on air, it was very captivating when you did, about the fact that I think it was it Google or was it Apple that talked to you about seeing your pictures and things like that.
It was Google.
Google.
But I've received pictures we took at a conference back in October. Came back to me. One of them came back, and it was from Google Pictures, and it said, we're saving your pictures for you and creating new documents from them. And I'm going, wait, I never signed up for this. And I guess if you're signed up on an Android phone, or if you have a Google account, which you must have to have an Android phone, that's just one of the things that comes along with it. I was pretty incensed. I felt like they are picking this picture out of my phone. What else are they getting out of there?
Yeah.
My text, my emails, my videos. Is that what's going on? It goes just beyond our phone. I was incensed that this happened. By the way, it's happened again, Jan, since then. So we've had two occasions where they've sent me back a picture I've taken on my phone. But the same thing is true going on with Apple. I mean, Apple's doing the same thing. So don't anybody think that you're safe on the other side there with an Apple phone. And now we have Google Home and we have Amazon Echo, and we buy those out of profit for those companies. We bring them into our homes thinking we're going to have all the conveniences of getting our heating and cooling set and our house alarm and security set and so on by these machines that we can just speak to, or we can call up any song we want to hear anytime and it will play it for us.
Okay.
Do we realize those things are recording devices, and who knows what they're recording? They may be recording and then using algorithms to find particular keywords in our comments and our conversations at home to find find out how to advertise to us.
Yeah.
That's enough of the privacy problem for me. But I'm looking down the pike and seeing how Antichrist could use that to figure out who's for him and who's against him and all those kind of scenarios.
Absolutely. Right now, it's a marketing tool. In the future, it will be all about control and who's for me and who's against me. And if you're against me, better look out. Billy Crone, talk to us just a little bit here about RFID and how that plays in. For instance, IBM is using those as a tracking device, and that fits into our scenario here.
Yeah, absolutely, Jan. IBM has for many, many years been working on a technology amongst other entities and corporations called RFID. RFID simply is an acronym that stands for Radio Frequency Identification. Let me translate that for you. It's basically tiny microchips that can be placed on any object, any person, any pet, anywhere in real time around the world to monitor, to track, to store and receive information, and listen. The same technology also has the ability to make financial transactions, and it's simply called RFID. Now, why is that important to understand with IBM? Well, IBM is not only promoting that technology, but IBM is one of the biggest promoters of artificial intelligence. And you could see this all over the news. In fact, they've already named their artificial intelligence. It's not coming. It's already here. It's been here for years. It's called Watson. In fact, if people recall, back in 2011, this is 2011, folks, that they challenged the two best Jeopardy champions, human champions, and they put it up against Watson, and basically Watson put him to shame, beat him, won. That was in 2011. Mm-hmm. If you look at the news now, Watson is also the AI entity that's being promoted as the cure-all for all your ills. You need help with your taxes, you need help with your business, you need help with all this and that. Hey, just turn to IBM's artificial intelligence, Watson. Now, what's interesting is you combine IBM's desire to create this artificial intelligence with their microchip technology that they, their own desires. They want to track every product on the planet in real time. But not only that, their own commercials, IBM's commercials, we've exposed this in video format. They actually want to go beyond just putting these microchips on products. They want to put them in people. And you could take a look at their own promotional commercials, and we demonstrate this, and they show a person going into a grocery store, and he's basically got this long overcoat on. He's stocking up his coat with all kinds of items, and everybody in the store is looking at him suspicious. And, of course, you think that he's being a thief. He's stealing stuff. He gets all the way to getting to exit, and he goes through the scanner. It scans him, and then here comes the security guard, and you think, aha, he's going to go get him. He's going to arrest him. And the guy simply, the security guard, grabs the receipt that came out from the register after the guy was scanned and said, hey, here, sir, you forgot your receipt. And their tagline was, checkout lines, who needs them? Yep. So basically they're telling you of a scenario, IBM, that they're going to create this system that everything, products, including people, all have microchips, and it will be all monitored. Now, here's the point. You're going, well, what's that got to do with AI? Well, this is my theory. I'm not going to say thus saith the Lord, but could it be that if you're really going to have this goal, and they've stated it on record, to microchip the whole planet, including people, every product, everything, then how in the world are you going to monitor that? You're going to need some sort of superhuman intelligence to be able to handle that kind of a structure. Well, guess what? The same entity who's working on the microchip technology, RFID, to microchip the planet, has already produced their version of AI called Watson.